In today's gaming news, Twitch is getting some major changes soon, pre-orders are on the decline, and WoW celebrates 10 years with the return of Molten Core and the original Battleground. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. My name is Force, here with your day's gaming news. First up today, Twitch's past broadcast or video on demand system has been a point of complaint for people for quite some time. It's impossible to navigate, find the things that you want, it's got a clumsy interface, and you can't watch past broadcasts on mobile platforms. Well, there's going to be a major overhaul to the video on demand system sometime very soon. In a series of blog posts, they outline some of these various changes. Number one is that past broadcasts are a thing of the past. We are no longer going to have those permanently saved. The saving period now is going to be anywhere between 14 and 60 days, depending on your status with the website. That whole system is getting replaced with the highlight system, which now can only save a 2-hour chunk of videos from a stream. So no longer are we going to have those 8-hour, 12 hours, 24-hour live streams just saved as one whole file. That is going to be replaced, and we're going to have to segment and pick 2-hour chunks that we want to save. A second big upcoming change that they mentioned in a follow-up blog post was the fact that we're getting some audio recognition technology that will be muting copyrighted music. Now, this is something that people were concerned about happening with the discussion of YouTube and Google taking over Twitch TV and purchasing them, and it's come to fruition. It's true, it's happening. This is to be expected. There's two talking points here. Number one, I'm interested to see how their changes to the VOD system with the focus on highlights and the removal of these long form videos. I'm interested to see if we get improvements to replace the fact that we're losing those long broadcasts of the past. And I'm also not surprised when it comes to this music thing. I pretty much just expected this to happen. I mean, why wouldn't it? We're playing copyright music on streams where people are making money off of ads on those streams. It happened to YouTube, and I'm not surprised that it's now finally happening to Twitch. Next up in news, it looks like pre-orders industry-wide are on the decline. During an investor conference call, Activision publishing boss Eric Hirshberg said that pre-orders are on the decline for Activision games as well as the rest of the industry. He pointed to two major factors, one being digital consumption and the second being launch day availability for games. And honestly, those are two really good reasons why pre-orders are probably on the decline. More people are buying digitally, and since you're buying digitally, you can get it day one because there's no restriction to the number of purchases and downloads that you can do digitally. You don't have to worry about inventory levels, essentially, so it makes sense. Another thing that I think it was neglected to be mentioned here is the fact that people are just getting tired of pre-ordering because they're getting tired about basically being duped or not getting what they expected when they pre-ordered a title. Now, it's a little bit different for someone like myself. I do and continue to pre-order games, but a lot of that has to do with my position and what I do here. The fact that when they give you early access, for example, it makes sense for me to do this, to cover it, to show it to you guys and tell you whether or not I think a game is good or if it turns out to be rubbish. But when it comes to the average consumer, and if I wasn't doing what I do here, then I would likely not be pre-ordering games anymore because I would just be downloading them day one. This is a trend we've seen on the PC for quite some time. It's now shifting over to consoles now that there's more of an emphasis on the digital store and digital purchases, so I'm not surprised to hear that pre-orders are on the decline. And last up in news today, World of Warcraft will be celebrating its 10-year anniversary this fall, and in part of this celebration, they're bringing back Molten Core and the original Battleground. First and foremost, we are going to see a Tauren Mill versus South Shore team deathmatch style Battleground. Huzzah! And we're also going to be seeing the return of Molten Core boosted to the max level, and it's going to be a 40-man raid. The nostalgia fanboy in me says yes, 100%, absolutely. I will be checking this stuff out. I mean, I can't wait. I want to do TM versus South Shore, and I want to check out the enhanced version of Molten Core. I hope they don't change it like at all. I hope it's just literally scaled up. I want the same encounters, the same everything, simply for nostalgia's sake. And you know, this might only have me resubscribe for a month or two, but that's fine. I just want to check out this stuff. The other part of me says this announcement comes at a interesting time, right following the announcement that they made that there's been a drop in subscribers, about 800,000 in the last quarter. That's nearly 1 million subscribers that they've dropped in just a quarter's period of time. So no, it's not surprising that they've come out with this big announcement to try to get people who played Vanilla WoW to come back and check it out. And it's gonna work. Again, I'll probably resub for a month or two when the expansion hits and when this Molten Core and Torrent Mill vs. South Shore Team Deathmatch Battleground happens, just to see it. And that's it. And then I'll move on when I realize, oh, I'm bored of this again. It'll happen, but no big deal. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of The Feed. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to comment in the comment section below about any of the topics discussed here today. How do you feel about the upcoming changes to Twitch's VOD system, as well as the removal of copyright in music? What do you think about the fact that pre-orders are on the decline? And are you going to go back to World of Warcraft to check out the 10-year anniversary Molten Core and Torrent Mill vs. South Shore? I'm certain a lot of you fanboys will. I know I will. Thanks guys so much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. Now, if they plan to actually recreate the experience, there needs to be some mega latency enhancing effects to this battleground to make it so that we basically only see 5 frames a second and we die before we can even cast a spell. That will be true nostalgia.